Welcome to the Seniors Rock Show, presented by the Law Office of Michael Robinson, PC, on News Radio, Wham 1180. The Seniors Rock Show, a lively weekly discussion shining a bright light on aging with fun, entertainment, and important info for all adults. Join in with your comments or questions. Call or text 222-1180 or 1-800-295-1180. Now from the News Radio Wham 1180 studio in downtown Rochester, here's your host, Joanna Palvino.
Well, hi there. I'm Joanna, and yes, it's Saturday. It's a beautiful Saturday, and I am here with you and my co-host, estate planning and elder law attorney, Mike Robinson, and he is the Law Office of Michael Robinson. And we've got Mel here as our producer today. Hey, Mel, how's it going? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys, too.
Yeah, she's fresh off the Wheeze show, so we're quite flattered she's with us today. Anyway, we're going to be talking. Actually, Mike and I were talking earlier before the show, and we were talking about how much information there is out there and how taking a couple of days to unplug can give you a whole fresh new outlook and, just make you feel a little more relaxed because there's so much coming at us every day. So we try to bring you positive information every Saturday here on the Seniors Rock Show. And today will be no different. So this is a big week. It's the week of the actual 100th birthday of WHM Radio. So we'll be doing a little celebrating, I'm sure, all week on the station. And we're going to celebrate here ourselves with a little giveaway from our new T-shirt shop. So that'll be fun. And you're going to hear a little bit later in the show, we're going to hear what's happening at the Cornhill Arts Festival. And that's really exciting. They're back, and it's going to be, we're going to hear from them live right from the show today and see what's happening. So you'll be in the know about that. It's really great to have them back. And Mike, it is great to have you back. How are you?
Hey, Joanna, happy Saturday. I'm doing well, thanks. And it's good to be back after a couple of weeks off there.
Good. You look rested.
Thank you. I'm feeling well. It's, as you know, I just came off a week's vacation, and it was the first real vacation I've had in over 3 years.
Yeah.
And you're right, it was good to unplug. I'm a bit of a news junkie, and I went almost the entire week without listening to news. I didn't watch any news. I glanced at the newspaper a few times, but otherwise, it was good to disconnect for a while.
Yeah, no kidding. You have to take a peek though, because I feel very disconnected if I don't know what's happening. But it takes a little practice to pull away. I mean, we're so used to it, right? I mean, there's stuff in front of us every minute of the day between, as soon as you open your eyes and your ears, you're hearing things and seeing things all day long, much more than we did even, 20 years ago. So with the internet and so on. So what have you been doing? Tell us a little bit about what's happening.
Well, I was talking with Melody before the show. One of the things I had an opportunity to do was to see a concert down in Bethel, New York, at the Woodstock site. And I mean, it's just a beautiful area, of course, there in the Catskills. But they've really done a fantastic job with that venue. There's a museum there. There's good restaurants. So you can wander around the grounds, and there's hiking trails. It's really quite something.
So it's open to the public all the time, it just as a venue, right? I mean, so you can go and see it, huh?
Correct, and they have all kinds of music there, from symphony to rock and roll and everything in between. The museum, there is an admission charge, but it's pretty modest, and there's just all kinds of things to do.
And I bet there's a gift shop.
Of course, there's a gift shop. Yeah.
Did you bring me a T-shirt?
I didn't bring anybody anything.
Okay.
I brought, you know what I brought home? A wet tent. That's what I brought home. We got.
Yeah, you got pummeled on, didn't you?
We did. We had a thunderstorm, and that was quite the experience. But it was still worth it. A lot of fun.
Yeah, well, swimming in the tent, that's still exercise,
There you go. And I was doing some of that. But, you're right. Information, sometimes there can be overload, but at the same time, there's just a lot of important information that people need to know about just for their own well-being. And of course, that's what we do on the show is we want to bring information that's useful and relevant to seniors and their families. And, as you and I have talked about so often, there's a lot of excellent resources in our area for seniors and their family that many
True.
folks don't take advantage of simply because they don't know that they're out there.
Hmm.
And Lifespan, of course, is a great source of information and a clearinghouse of sorts. And you and I have had many conversations with the good people at Lifespan.
And they're often guests on the show. We're really fortunate to have them here in the region. I say region because they really have, they reach out across the state with some of their programs. But if you're in the Rochester area, sweet, because they're right here and on Clinton, and you can go there, you can call there. In fact, the number is 585-244-8400. That's easy to remember. And good point. And we have, of course, Grape. I have to mention them as well. That's more
Another
of a,
great organization. Yep.
yeah. And they're more of a professional organization, but they do welcome anyone, any layperson or student who wants to learn more about seniors, learn more about elder care, or just connect with people who work with them. It's a really terrific organization, and that's at grapeelder.org if you want to check that out, folks. And so, so you went out, you had some fun, you got rained on, and now you're ready to get back to work, huh?
I am, it's I really I feel recharged, as much fun as I had and as much relaxation as I had. I'm looking forward to getting back in the office and talking with folks and providing information.
I was going
Yeah,
to say, the information you provide is so crucial. And I know another reason you need to keep up with the news is because you need to keep up with what's happening with estate planning and elder law, which assuming, I shouldn't assume, but I'm guessing changes all the time.
it does. It's always it's a moving target. And one of the things we always talk about with our planning is to make sure whatever sort of planning we do, there's enough flexibility built in to meet changes in the law or just other circumstances that might impact strategies. um, so it does change, and I spend a lot of time just keeping up with that, which is fun. That's something I enjoy doing. But that's why we do the webinars for folks too, is to make sure that the community remains up to date in terms of
Hmm.
what are the estate planning and elder law issues facing people, making sure they understand what their options are so that they can make good decisions for themselves and their families.
Yeah, and I like the way you use real families. I mean, not real families, not real clients, but you use families as the example, so that people like me can understand these laws. Because I know that it's not, when you're reading them, it isn't that simple, but you make it much more enjoyable to understand, and you make those people real to me in my mind. And I'm sure, in fact, I know for sure, I've heard from other people that they said, there was a lot of information in the webinar, and the whole point of that is so that you do get some education, and then you get the opportunity after the webinar. We say this all the time because this is a big value, folks, to be able to sit with Mike and talk to him, virtually, or in the office. I don't know, are you doing it in the office yet? No.
We are still very limited, especially with again a recent uptick in infections
Yeah.
in the area. So most of our meetings continue to be virtual.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I wasn't sure myself, so thank you. And wise, Mike has been very careful throughout this whole pandemic. And again, like you said, every goes up a little bit here and there. So better to be safe than sorry. And so speaking of information, while you're talking about that, there's been another uptick in the scams. And speaking of Lifespan, they are a great resource if you're trying to find out if something is real or not. But we advise folks all the time, if someone calls you, emails you, texts you, just say, either don't answer and get the information off your voicemail, or don't click on any links on email. And if you want to check to see if something's real, then call the source or contact the source yourself. Do not go through whatever it is they're sending you, because that's how they're catching people. And they're making these emails, Mike, they look like real. I mean, they look, they take these logos and things, and it's, they're pretty crafty. So folks, be careful. I know there's been an uptick, and the other one is the romance scams. And it's summer, we all want to have a good time and feel good. And if someone's flattering you, be careful, because you don't know who they are if it's online. Do your homework and make sure that you're safe before you start a relationship on the internet or anywhere else, right, Mike?
That is very true. And, speaking of scams, there's a relatively new one that is hitting a lot of people. And that is someone will receive a telephone call, and it's purportedly from Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And Amazon is calling to say that someone charged an item on your account. It's going to be delivered to some address out of state or whatever. Was it you, et cetera? It's a scam, folks.
Hmm.
Amazon is not going to call you.
No.
Your credit card company might send you an email or contact you, but Amazon isn't going to call. I've spoken actually several people who've gotten that phone call, and then recently people calling claiming to be from Spectrum and that they can save you a great deal on your bill, but you have to,
Yeah,
and then they
that
ask for your social security number.
no, I was gonna say, that's a lie.
Yeah, there you go. But
Sorry.
so yeah, be careful. If you don't, if something just sounds funky, hang up the phone, and as Joanna said, contact somebody directly.
Hmm. Contact us. I don't go call. We're at seniorsrockradio.com, folks, and we have a contact page there. So, yeah, even write to us. We'll find out. We'll call Lifespan. We'll check it out. Believe me, I like going after these guys. It makes me furious when I hear some of these stories, and I hear them almost every week. So, this isn't something that happens occasionally. Call Lifespan at 244-8400, or call us or contact somebody. And maybe the police if someone's talked to you and you think it's something that should be reported. And we've got a break coming up, so stay right there. We'll be right back. You can have a chance to win your own Seniors Rock t-shirt. Don't go away on Wham 1180. We'll be right back.
Hi, Mike Robinson here. We've all seen a lot of changes this past year. One thing that hasn't changed in over 35 years at the law office of Michael Robinson is our commitment to protect you and your family from nursing home expense, probate, and taxes. Let us guide you and your family in creating a custom-crafted estate plan to protect your legacy. Call us at 374-5210 or visit us at mrobinsonlaw.com.
Well, we're rocking out here on Saturday morning. Oh, no, it's Saturday afternoon. Sorry. On the Seniors Rock Show. I'm Joanna, your host. And, over the years, when I wear my Seniors Rock t-shirt, I only had a few over the years myself, and people have commented on how they liked it. So they'd say, hey, where can I get one of those? And actually was out with my brother one day. I said, wait till you see how long it takes someone to say, hey, where'd you get that shirt? They always laugh when they see the logo because it's got that, woman jumping off of the rocking chair. And it's supposed to look kind of like an album too, by the way. And I designed that, so I was always flattered. So, well, now anyone, and that means anyone like you, can go to the Seniors Rock Radio website, and we have a new t-shirt shop. So next time someone asks me, I'll tell them to go to seniorsrockradio.com and they can get their own t-shirt. But to celebrate the opening of the t-shirt shop, we're going to give one away right now to the third caller. So call now, 585-222-1180, and you'll talk to Mel. Or if you're far away, it's 1-800-295-1180. Third caller, and you win a t-shirt. And while we're waiting for them, it's a beautiful day out there today, and we've got just the place for you to go. And we're going to be talking about the Cornhill Arts Festival. It's back, and it's going to be here today and tomorrow. And it's at the beautiful and historic, if you haven't been to that area, Cornhill neighborhood of Rochester. The neighbors actually open up the streets and their homes, not their homes. Now you can't go in the homes, but in front of their homes. And you get to see over 300 artists will be there. It's a beautiful area. It's tree-lined streets, and these artists have everything, Mike, from jewelry to woodworking. There's fiber arts, which are really cool. I took a weaving class years ago at the All of Us workshop, if anybody remembers that. I think it's Borders and Books now. But anyways, that was fun. Drawing and painting, pottery, you name it, sculpture, glass, beautiful, beautiful art. It's everywhere. So, Mike, we have a lot of festivals all summer, but this one is one of the biggest in the region, one of the favorites. And hey, we got a caller who's a winner here on. Let's say hi.
Hello, Norman.
Hello.
Hi, Norman. You're a winner. Thanks for calling. And are you a regular listener of the show?
Yes, I am.
Terrific. What area are you in?
Pittsford.
Very nice. Wait, that's where Mike's office is, coincidentally.
And it's a beautiful day in Pittsford. Thanks for calling, Norman, and congratulations on the T-shirt.
Well, thank you very much.
And thanks
I,
for listening. Make sure you give Pam all your info now, and we'll be in touch and send you a T-shirt real soon.
Great. Thank you. I enjoy your show.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Have a great weekend. And it really is a great weekend. Yeah, you were talking about all the different artists that are at Cornhill, and of course Joanna Music all day long, both days. They've got 5 stages with a lot of excellent acts. Some of them nationally known. So that's certainly fun. And it's for the whole family. It's not just a kids
hmm
thing. It's not just an adults thing. They've got activities for everybody.
Oh yeah, they actually have one of the venues, one of the musical venues is a family entertainment venue. So that's one I know, you can feel good about taking the kids to. But I mean, the whole thing is all family oriented, like you said. And there is a beer in a garden, wine garden, and of course that is only for adults. And there's some fun stuff like an emerging artists expo that they do every year, and you get to see some of the young folks and or new artists, not even necessarily young older ones too. So it's interesting to see people who have, found a craft or found a passion in art, at an older age, like so many do, because you just start to have more time, I think, to do things like that.
Very true. And I know that you have some experience with one of the exhibits that is at the festival.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. I didn't want to brag, but my daughter Lara and I, a couple years ago, we actually entered the fairy contest, and it's amazing. I was blown away by the big winners. If you haven't seen these things, folks, you got to check it out. But we just thought, well, let's have some fun. I lived down near the lake, so ours was seashells by the seashore. It's hard to say, but anyway, and I'm gonna say, you have to stop calling. It looks like Pam's still getting calls. But we have a winner, so we'll do that again next week maybe or whatever. But we do have a winner there, but back to the fairies. So we had the best time, and I have to tell you, building something like that. My daughter and I, she was in town, and we decided to do this, and we just connected and enjoyed it so much. And you forget what it's like to sit down and create something and to make artwork and just to from nothing. And it was just we had so much fun, and it's a great way to bring people together. That's for sure. So
Have
I
fun.
encourage everybody to go down there. In fact, we're going to hear in a couple of minutes. We're going to hear from Bill Belichick, and he is the chair of the Cornhill Festival, and he's going to be right there. So we're going to get to hear from him as well. Do you have any questions for him, Mike? Are you going to go down there this year?
I'm probably going to go check it out at some point. Yeah, yeah. It's
hmm
been 2 years since they've had it, and it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. So either
hmm
today or tomorrow would be a fine day to go.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm actually looking for a little bit of art for a room that I redid. So perfect timing for that because you can get some really cool, like, unique things, right? And
Yeah, I mean,
ideas.
the artists that they have every year are quality people, and it's not flea market stuff. Not to
hmm
to denigrate flea markets, but it's high quality. The artists that are there, I think people will find some very interesting items to bring home.
Yeah, and you also get ideas for me, even if you don't have the money maybe to buy something, you get great ideas. Maybe you can make something yourself, right? Or you pick up a new craft. I for a while years ago I was into, believe it or not, duck carving. And yeah, I
Ah,
had a little stint with that. I don't know where my burner is, but it's been in the basement for a long time. But I enjoyed that, and talking about it makes me realize I have to pick up something and start doing it again because I always enjoyed that. And then the kids come and the grandkids come and the work comes and now the passion comes for what we do. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to basics. Start it. I just thought about that.
all
I'm
right,
I'm going.
good. Yeah, and again, there's a lot of free activity there as well, so you don't have to go there to spend money.
um, Let's see here. It looks like we have a note here from Melanie.
We have a caller.
Is that Dom on the phone?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Dom. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah,
How
I
are
have
you?
a. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
I just have a question that I want Senior Rock to address.
Okay. What is it? What is your
Okay, I
question?
live in
Let's see if we can
Batavia,
help you.
Okay, I live in Batavia, Genesee County, and we have a senior citizens center here, which I believe is county operated, Genesee County, and they distribute free coupons for farmers markets. You get $20 worth of free coupons for farmers markets, but they have
Okay.
an income qualification for the seniors. And my question is I thought all senior citizens were equal. I mean, they're first they're senior citizens, and then worry about their income. So I was just wondering why they can't distribute the free coupons to any senior citizen that wants them.
Oh, well, I'm not sure who you said was distributing them, but that's a question probably to go right to the source, I think, right? Is it coming from, you said from the county, Genesee County? Is that right? No?
Yeah, it's senior citizen center. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would,
Well,
I
they
would
won't
go to
give
the
you.
director
They'll
there and ask at the center, Dom. We appreciate you. I wish I could answer that. I don't know that Mike could either, right? But we do appreciate you listening, and we understand that sounds like a dilemma, but I would ask them at the senior center. And unfortunately, we got to cut you short here. We're going to break, but folks, stay tuned, please. We'll be right back after the news on the Seniors Rock Show on WHAM 1180. When you've lost movement, flexibility, strength, or balance, traveling a long distance for physical therapy seems like a bad decision. That's why Agape Physical Therapy has a convenient location near you, east side or west side. And there's a new location in Pittsford with Aqua Therapy. Let Agape Physical Therapy and wellness professionals customize a treatment program for you to help you recover quickly. Visit agapephysicaltherapy.com and schedule your free consultation today. No doctor referral needed. We couldn't help that one. Mel and I are singing over here, and poor Bill is waiting on the phone to talk to us from the Cornhill Festival, and it's Cornhill Arts
Hey,
Festival.
I'm
I'll
here.
say that correctly. And Bill, I'm going to pronounce your name correctly now too. I mispronounced it earlier. I was told that was a football coach's name. I said sorry about that, but we really
No worries.
have Bill Bellis on the phone, and he is the current chair of the Cornhill Arts Festival. Hello, Bill, and welcome to the show.
Hi, great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, are you there now?
Yeah, I'm right. Well, I'm actually in a house right now because I went somewhere quiet, but
Yeah, but you're in a house in the area there, huh? How's it going? Is it bustling? It
absolutely.
must be busy. It's a beautiful day down there.
It's a beautiful day, and the numbers are. We haven't had the festival for a couple of years, but the crowds are definitely higher than they were the last time we had the festival. So there's a lot of people out enjoying the art, the music, the food, the sunshine. It's awesome.
That's great. It all came together for sure. And what year is this? I mean, how many years has it been going on aside from the last two that we didn't have?
Well, it would be the 54th year, so we're going to include those 2 years because we didn't cancel until April. So a lot of activity happens between September of the previous year up until the last 2 years we were planning for the festival, but unfortunately had to cancel. So doing it for 54 years, technically this is the 52nd show.
Well, that's young to us, but no, that's actually a great number and a long, many, many years. And what a beautiful, I can't tell people enough if you haven't been in Cornhill and seen the houses and the homes there, boy, is it beautiful, historic. I mean, people like Susan B. Anthony and, uh, uh, so many historical figures actually probably roamed those streets and sat in those houses. So, um, I encourage anyone to get down there, even if you're not there at the festival this weekend, which you should go to, but on any time of the year to go and check it out. There's some beautiful
Yeah,
things to see.
it's a great neighborhood to take a stroll through, and then with the river development that's been completed, you can go up and down the Genesee River, and we do have a holiday house tour in December, so that's another opportunity to actually get into some of the houses.
Oh, that's great. Bill, what were some of the challenges, having been off for 2 years to kind of reboot?
Um, just everyone was a little rusty. We have a great management team. Most of the people that were working on the festival this year have done it in years past. So that was mostly it. Some of our sponsors that we had in years past, we couldn't get back, so that was a challenge. And some of the costs for some of the things like just sanitation and security things like that have gone up.
Hmm.
So
Sure.
those were the challenges, but we figured out a way to make it work. We got some new sponsors and got some good artists and a lot of good music acts.
Yeah, that's what time does it stay open till? It's today and tomorrow, right? Those are the only 2
Yep,
days.
Saturday. Yep, Saturday and Sunday. Today is closes at 6, and then tomorrow it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, good. And I wanted to ask you about those emerging artists. How many, Bill? How many folks entered that this year? Do you know?
Yeah, we have just under 20, and it's a great program that we put in place a little over 10 years ago. This year, we're focusing on artists that are 15 to 23 that are like the name implies, emerging. They're new to their to this whole industry, so we're providing them an opportunity to gain experience selling their work. The Corn Arts Festival provides their booths. We provide the infrastructure for them to do credit card sales and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into being a street artist. So we feel it's a great
Hmm.
opportunity. Most of them are all local or regional, and actually the poster this year was produced by someone that went through the emerging artist process several years ago.
Oh,
So we're
cool.
excited about that
That's
as
so,
well. Yeah.
that's very cool. Tell us about the poster. What does it look like?
The poster is a painting. He was inspired, this artist, when he walked through the neighborhood, and one of the older houses has a cobblestone driveway, and he was just inspired of the long driveway going into a garden in the backyard. So that's what the poster is of.
Very nice. And you can buy them at the festival, right?
Absolutely. You can buy this
Yep.
year's poster. We have previous year's posters. We have this year's T-shirt, and a lot of other previous year's T-shirts as well. So that's something
Very
good.
fun.
If they're not a lot of money. So if you want to walk away with something that's relatively cheap, you can do that. But there's a lot of great fine art too that you can buy.
Hmm.
Yeah, there really is. I going back to the emerging artists, I think I saw, Bill, that at least one of them also is one of the musical acts.
That's correct.
Wow.
We have two music stages actually. One is on Atkinson Street. It's a porch of a house, and one is in the Avery Mall Park, where we feature more local, smaller groups. So that's another opportunity for people that are new into the music industry to get some exposure.
Wait, so he's not he's a musical artist. He's not drawing or painting or
That's
both.
my understanding. And we also have someone that's an author that is selling his books.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a right brain, left brain, I think.
Yeah,
He's got the
Yeah,
combo.
something for everyone.
absolutely.
Yeah, what about the food? I bet there's some good food going on. In fact, I happen to know that the Effortlessly Healthy food truck is there, and that is one of my favorites. And they have a healthy trash plate and some really great stuff to try, folks. So check out the Effortlessly Healthy food truck while you're there too. What other
Yeah, we
kinds of
got
food do you have?
we got all the local favorite food trucks for sure. We got Wraps on Wheels. We got Tom Walls. We got Darn Good Balls, which is a meatballs truck. We got all kinds of food, and then we have the nut stands. We got Nancy's Lemonade. I can go on and on. We have over various food trucks or food booths throughout the festival site.
I have to
Ah,
say,
you're making
guys,
me hungry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mel.
I have to say, I love art so much, but food is my favorite art.
Nah.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's some good stuff there too, and there's just something about having festival food when you're out, and it's like having a hot dog on the 4th of July. When you're at the festival, they've got all of those special things that it's the only time you really get to try them. So, enjoy, folks, and support our local food trucks because they work hard for us.
And Bill, just I know from a practical standpoint, people wondering about getting there, you've got some shuttle service happening, correct?
Absolutely. So there is other lots around the perimeter of the festival, but if you want just an easy method to park and get to the festival, we have 4 or 5 garages downtown, and then we have free shuttle service from those garages that drop you off right to the festival site. And we have 4 coaches that pretty much run routinely throughout the day through a continuous loop. So for me, that would be the best way to get her parking and then get transported to the festival. We also have a bike corral that is on South Plymouth and Exchange. So for those of you folks that ride their bikes, you can come on through the canal path, up through the river, and into the neighborhood, and we have a secure spot to park your bike.
Ah, perfect.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Bill. And this is Bill
Sure.
Bellis, if you just tuned in from the Cornhill Arts Festival.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right.
And
Thank you,
yeah,
Bill.
enjoy.
Okay,
And
hope to
next
see you
time
out
you
here.
call, I
Yeah.
want you to be by the music so we can hear it.
Will do. Will do.
Enjoy your
beer tent.
day. Have a fun day. Talk to you soon.
Okay, you too.
Bye bye. Folks, we'll be right back. We do have another segment coming up right after this brief break on WHAM 1180.
Rockvox Recording and Production is Western New York's first purpose-built podcast and live stream studio, featuring Zcam digital cinema cameras, Rode Procaster microphones, and over 25 years of audio and visual production experience. Rockvox also specializes in audiobook production for independent and self-published authors, as well as voiceover recording for radio, TV, film, and telephony. Learn more about our Bushnell's Basin studios and services at rocvox.com or follow us on social media. Mouth off at Rockvox.
You need cooling, baby, I'm not fooling. I'm gonna send ya back to schooling.
All right. And welcome back to Seniors Rock Radio. And Mel's been playing some excellent bump music here today. That's
Oh,
a
we're
lot of
rocking out
fun.
today.
Oh, well, it was great to hear Joanna from Bill over at the Cornhill Arts Festival. And my gosh, what a fabulous weekend weather-wise, just to be out and about, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
there or, we're so fortunate in this area to have the city and county parks that we have. And I mean, there's just so much to do outdoors. And I know right now people are still really seeking out outdoor activities. A lot of folks still are not really comfortable being indoors with a lot of people. So getting out to the city and county parks is certainly a great idea. I love to go down to your neighborhood. I love to go to Charlotte in the summertime. I don't necessarily swim on the beach, but grab an ice cream, walk the pier. There's a lot to do down at the waterfront, and there's
Yeah.
that trail that goes up out of Charlotte along the west side of the river.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's a really nice walk. It's an easy walk.
Yeah. It goes right along the port building, and then you just keep going along the river.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And take it all the way up towards to the Maplewood area. And interesting, we've got some other festivals going on this weekend. There's the Perry Chalk Art Festival.
Oh,
Easy
fun.
for you to say. And that's going on. Lavender Days over at Wickham Farms in Penfield. It's River Otter Awareness Weekend at the zoo. So if you're going to be walking around Seneca Park, you might bop into the zoo and see what's happening with the river otters. So all kinds of good stuff going on.
Yeah, I'll say. And by the way, lavender, mosquitoes hate it, I hear. I was reading about the different things you can plant to, keep the
Ah,
mosquitoes away. So that's another thing. It smells beautiful, especially in the evening, and the mosquitoes don't like it. So what's bad with that, right? And you can bring it in the house and dry it. So lavender's awesome. Um, where is that one? I think I have to go to that festival.
that's at Wickham Farms in Penfield,
Oh, okay.
Lavender
Yeah,
Days.
over on
Yeah.
250. I know where that is. And there's another festival. I mean, talk about we kid around here in Rochester saying there's two seasons, right? Construction and festival.
Right, right.
No, is it winter and construction? No, whatever. Anyways, festivals every week of the summer in this town. And this week is no different. And on Wednesday at what do they call it? The Village Green. And that is actually the Village at Unity. And they have their summer concert series. And this Wednesday, they have Ruby Shoes. That's July 13th, and that will be from 6:30 until 8 o'clock at night. And they have a beer wagon and local food trucks at that concert as well. And then they have a couple more this year. They have some great, great music there. Do you know Ruby Shoes?
I sure do. In fact, my sister and Sue and her husband Joe, that's one of their favorite local bands. So I'm going to make sure they know that that's happening on Wednesday.
Yeah, and I think they live over this way too, right? Over on the
Yep,
west side.
they
Yeah.
live in Greece, so that's going to be convenient for them.
Terrific, terrific. Well, I think I'm going to be stopping over there too. So tell them to look for somebody with a Seniors Rock T-shirt on.
There you go.
There
There
might
you
be
go.
several because I know this is going to be a hot thing now that I mentioned that we have the shop. There'll probably be maybe what do you think, 100 people with Seniors Rock T-shirts on?
At least, at least. So I understand Melody has some important questions for us,
Oh,
Joanna.
really? Oh, go ahead, Mel.
I do. I have so many questions about growing old. And I don't mean this to say that you guys are old, but as someone who deals with a lot of older people,
hmm
what
She's
is
saying this is so carefully.
here are my top 5 questions about being old. Uh,
Okay.
what is the best part about being old?
Oh, well, I'll answer that. I think the best part of being old is that for me is that I have hindsight that I've learned, I haven't done all the right things in my life or, I've made mistakes for sure, but I've learned. And then it gives you kind of I guess when you get to this point and, you've raised your family and there's a little bit more time for yourself, you can do things that you've maybe not had time to do. Like I found a passion for everything elder and I love learning about it. I am getting older too. I love being able to help other people, and I don't know if you know this or not, Mel, but I have a certificate of gerontology from Lifespan, and that's out of St. John Fisher in the U of R. So it took me several years to get it because I was working at the same time, but it did. It really opened up a door for me, and here I am on the show. Never thought I'd be on the radio, but trying to bring this information that I've learned about and became passionate about. So I'm going to shut up. Maybe Mike can answer this too.
No, all good stuff. And, it's funny because I was just last week talking with my wife and I was a little bit sore after having done some firewood, but I said to her, you know what? I may not physically be able to do all the things I used to be able to do, but I wouldn't trade it for the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained. And and along the same lines, just perspective and keeping the bigger picture in mind, not getting hung up on little stuff. You just learn over time that a lot of the things that used to bother you when you were younger don't really matter. And that's
True.
a very freeing mindset to have.
That's
I
really
agree on
cool.
that one.
Uh,
I agree.
what is the most important lesson that you say you learn in your whole life? Like you got to pick one.
Wow.
Putting you on the spot.
Huh. All right. I'll go with to forgive.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really
To
hard.
forgive.
I'm a grudge kind of
Yeah.
person.
No, it's hard. And I'm Irish and Scottish, so yeah. But it's something that I've realized if you do, I guess the analogy that I heard a long time ago was if you're holding onto a rope and you're the only one pulling on it, let it go and be done with it. So that was a big lesson for me.
There you go. I think, probably the biggest lesson I've learned is the interconnectedness that we all have, that it's, it's not, it's really never about you. And to just acknowledge that we are all connected, whether it's physically, and we can start talking about quantum physics and all that kind of fun
Uh-oh.
stuff, whether it's
Wait, I think we
spiritually.
have a caller. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, there you go. But it's just, we're all connected. We all ultimately want the same things.
True.
And I think the more we can keep that in mind, the more compassionate we can be, the kinder we can be, the more understanding we can be, and give ourselves and our fellow humans a break once in a while.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
you thought you were going to stump us, huh, Mel?
I
Go,
really
give it.
did,
Go,
honestly.
bring it.
All right. Who has influenced you most in your life?
Ooh, Mike.
I cliche but true. I'd have to say my parents. I mean, that's who raised me. That's who really infused the values that I have, in me at an early age. So yeah, that would be my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same. And I think I don't know. Everybody in my life, I've met so many people and so many people that have influenced me. And I lost my mother at a young age, but my aunt, my father's sister, came and she was a big influence on me, like my mother. She was like our mother. So, same parents. Yeah, because those are your early influences, right? I mean, so how could that not affect you? Mel, what about you?
I would say
You're young.
my biggest influence is my mom.
Awesome.
My mom has been disabled all of my life, and I've never seen her not have to fight for every single thing that she's ever gotten. And she's just instilled the willpower in me to never take what life gives me and to fight harder.
Yeah, and she's proud of you, no doubt, because look how you turned out. So that's awesome. Great job, Mom.
Uh,
And I'm going to mention, I mean, before we go in more questions here, give us a little break. But we were talking. We talk often about older people and how our society today really does not such a good job on portraying older people. And we've got the elders that are hard of hearing, and they're always confused, or they're wearing diapers, or they fell and they can't get up. But back in like colonial times, for example, did you know, Mel, that the white wigs that people wore, the elders wore, that was in high esteem of their elders. That was to say, we are a testament to age and to knowledge, and it was a good thing to be older. And so being older has a lot of really good benefits. And all we ever really hear about lately, it seems, in the media and so on, unfortunately, are negative things. So thanks for asking these questions. Shoot, give us another one.
So it looks like Mel is
Whoops.
tied up. But along those lines, I mentioned I went down to Bethel last Friday for a concert, and the musicians playing on stage. One is 80, another is in his mid 70s. The others are in their late 40s and early 50s. So getting older is not slowing down and hitting the rocking chair.
Absolutely not. In fact, like I said, you have more time so you can try new things. And Mel, did we have a caller there? You okay?
we do. We have a caller, and we have a little less than a minute left. We have Chris, who
Yeah.
wants to know what it's like to be married to someone who is significantly younger or older.
Seniors Rock Show,
Oh,
presented by
well, I've got a younger guy, and I think it's awesome.
And I've got a younger wife, and I agree. Um,
And you know what? It's all about. It doesn't matter though, because yeah, I'm just gonna say sometimes I act younger, but maybe it's just because I'm immature.
there you go. Yeah, but
But it keeps you young, right?
yep.
That's perfect. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited, honestly, to grow old.
Good. And
It's
you
good
keep
stuff.
coming back. You're a great producer, Mel, and you're a great person, and we're always happy to see your smiling face. So thanks so much. And folks, I hope you'll come back next week, and we'll be smiling right here, and we'll be saying it like we do every week. Seniors rock.